Hoyoverse assaulted the community when they revealed the 2 new S-rank agents for version 2.1. Ukinami Yuzuha, a physical support agent, and Alice Timefield, a physical anomaly agent. Please don't do Jane Doe dirty like this. You cannot do that to her. Both of these characters are from the new faction Spook Shack. My name is Shimpone, but you can call me Shin. My goal is to try and build and test as many characters as I can for Zenless Zone Zero and HSR. If that is something you're interested in, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more content just like this. Just a heads up, I will be releasing videos for both Yuzuha and Alice at the same time, so I'm going to be sharing this intro, but I will be going over their kits in separate videos. So just keep that in mind going forward. Starting with the assumed phase 2 agent, Alice Timefield, let's go right into her kit and read it out. With Alice Timefield being a physical anomaly character, we can assume that she is going to want to deal assault and kind of be around that. So let's get into her basic attack. So for basic attack, you tap 5 consecutive slashes that deal physical damage. Pretty basic, but after Alice applies assault to enemies, the next basic attack 5th segment becomes enhanced. Now she has her basic attack hold. Holding the basic attack allows Alice to retreat and perform a slash followed by a forward thrust, dealing physical damage. This move can trigger perfect dodge when activated and recovers a small amount of sword energy. After triggering perfect dodge, can connect into basic attack 5th segment. Gives invincibility during the duration of this move. Before her dodge, she does a basic dodge, but when she triggers a perfect dodge, she recovers a small amount of sword energy. And now, when she performs a perfect dodge, you can tap basic attack to perform a dodge counter, which she launches an attack, dealing physical damage, and after this move activates, she can connect into her basic attack 5th segment. So she really wants to assault and then use her enhanced 5th attack. So let's keep going and go on to her skill or her special attack. So for her special attack, you just tap it. This is the one without energy. You throw the sword to attack and pierce enemies through the front, dealing physical damage. This move can trigger perfect dodge when activated and recovers a small amount of sword energy. And then after triggering perfect dodge, she can connect into her 5th segment of her basic attack. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing that a lot more, so don't get too bored. Now for her EX special attack. When energy is sufficient, you can tap to retreat and charge up, then thrust and pierce through the enemies, dealing massive physical damage. And when this move is activated, she recovers 1 full bar of sword energy. After this move is activated, can connect to the basic attack 5th segment and then grants invincibility during the execution of this move. When Alice's sword gauge reaches 1 bar, hold to activate. Hold to enter charging state. Consume up to 3 bars of sword energy. Release to launch multiple slashes against enemies in front, dealing massive physical damage. The more sword energy consumed, the more slashes are performed. After 3 bars of sword energy slashes are activated, connect to basic attack 5th segment. Now for her assist, when she is quick assisted in, when controlled character is knocked airborne, you can quick assist her in, and after she performs her quick assist, she can connect into her, say it with me, basic attack 5th segment. When the on-field character is about to be attacked, you can defensive assist to parry the attack and build a large amount of days. Now her chain attack is very standard, and for her ultimate, she just deals a bunch of slashes in a large area, dealing massive physical damage, and she's invincible during the duration. When Alice deals damage, she accumulates mark on hit targets and increases mark accumulation efficiency based on 125% of Alice's crit rate, up to a maximum increase of 100%. When Alice's critical hits connect with targets that have full mark, consume all marks and apply 1 assault effect to the target. This assault does not consume the target's anomaly buildup and deals 35% of the original damage. After Alice applies assault effect to a target, recover 1 bar of sword energy within 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 2 layers. For every 1 bar of sword energy Alice has, damage is increased by 20% up to a maximum increase of 60%. When reaching maximum bars, this effect continues for 12 seconds even after sword energy decreases. Now, for her additional ability, when there is another anomaly or support character on the team, whenever Alice applies Assault or any other character in the team triggers Disorder effect, use the target's defense by 12.5% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 2 layers. Whenever any character in the team triggers Disorder, Alice recovers 1 bar of energy. Now this is probably a given, but I am assuming, and we'll go with the assumption for the team portion of this video, that when triggering a disorder, it will function like Miyabi's, where Yanagi's polarity disorders will also activate this effect as well. So I feel like that's very obvious, going to be yes, but in the small off chance that it isn't, then I'm wrong and I will adjust the teams accordingly. All right, now let's get into her Wenjin. So obviously she's an S rank anomaly, so it's going to be an anomaly Wenjin with a basic attack of 713 and a crit rate stat of 24% when at max level. Crit damage is increased by 48%. That's insane. When the equipper applies Assault to enemies, it gives the equipper an attack increase by 9% for 12 seconds, stacking up to 2 times. That is actually really, really good, especially because she does want to build crit rate. So that is very cool. You'd love to see it. All right, now let's go into the potential builds and team comps. All right, so going over Alice's potential drive disc options, we have, in my opinion, as of right now, I feel Fanged Metal is going to be her potential best 4-piece set. And then for 2-piece, I think Woodpecker is going to be a really great option because she does want crit rate and crit damage, but she scales off crit rate in part of her kit. So having, 8% crit rate does, just help make the building a little easier. That is my opinion. You could arguably use maybe 4-piece Freedom Blues if you really want to. I don't think it's very good, but Freedom Blues, Chaos Jazz, and Faithin's Melody might be a good option, but I think Woodpecker is going to be the better 2-piece. And then if you want to, or if you have good enough crit rate substats, you can go Chaos Jazz or Freedom Blues because she does want Anomaly Proficiency as well. So that just really boils down to your substats. But I do think Fanged Metal is going to be the best 4-piece option. Now for Wenjins, obviously her signature is going to be her best in slot by a large margin, but you can, for A rank alternatives, you can craft or get Weeping Gemini, or you could run Rainforest Gourmet. Electro Lip Gloss is a good alternative, but I think honestly the better option is going to be Rainforest or probably Weeping Gemini, because I'm sure, with being able to craft it, you can just get a W5 of Weeping Gemini. So I think that's going to be her better free-to-play option. So, I forgot to say that I was going into Wenjins, but there, we went into the Wenjins. Now let's go on to teams. So after going through Alice's kit, her Wenjin options, her disc options, now we talk about her teams. Let's actually, fix this real quick, blah, 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 yada, 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 yap, yap, yap. All right, so teams. Her best in slot is going to be Yuzuha, in my opinion, because she's going to be doing a pseudo polarity disorder with her sword stacks. And, just both of them want to apply attribute anomaly. So I think, her best in slot, in my humble opinion, is going to be Vivian, Yanagi. Where is she? Or Bernice. I think these 3 are going to be the best in slot. Third option, obviously this is purely my opinion based on the day 1 leaks for this character, or for these characters rather. So this is obviously subject to change. Some Yuzuha alternatives, you could run Astra, and then you could run Nicole if you run, you know, she's solid if you're running Astra. So it's kind of like she's solid with an asterisk. You could run Rena if you really wanted to, and then you could maybe go Lycon, but that would be really weird because that's kind of, I'd say these two are mid because, you know, you'd run them together with Alice, and it's really just turning her into a hyper carry. And while that's not necessarily bad, it's just really weird because me personally, I like using or building teams that their kits synergize as much as possible. I don't really like hyper carry style teams that just brute force. That's just my personal preference, and obviously this is going based off my personal preference and opinions on the teams. So I think that is an important factor as well to keep in mind. Honestly, I think Alice has a lot less options than Yuzuha did, purely just because of what she wants to accomplish. Again, this is all just my opinion. This is subject to change, but you know, it is what it is. Like, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, this felt really short in comparison to the Yuzuha portion, but I think that's just because Yuzuha has a lot more, like her kit is more, you know, she's a support, so she wants to support Anomaly. She wants to just support Anomaly in general. You know, I don't know why I repeated it, but so she allows for more flexibility because as long as you're facilitating Anomaly, she is doing the work for your account. So are you pulling for Alice? If you are you pulling her Wenjin? Are you interested in pulling Yuzuha for Alice? If not, what teams are you running in general? Like, even if you are pulling her, what team are you going to be running? I am going to be doing my best to pull both of these characters, so when they come out, I will be testing them both as they release. So if you are looking forward to that, or you're interested in that, let me know by, you know, liking the video, subscribing, commenting your thoughts on this type of video. Let me know what other types of Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail content you would like to see, because I stream those both on Twitch at twitch.tv/shimpone_. I also stream JRPGs and some fighting games on the side. And with that, thank you so much for checking out this video, and hopefully the Yuzuha video. Have great luck with your pulls, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.